What up, you guys? Happy Monday evening, late evening today. And so I just want to chat with you with something that I heard on Rocket Man. Have everybody watched the movie with Elton John? I thought that was going to be like a biography, and it was. But it was a little more of a musical than I anticipated, but it was good. I liked it. But somewhere on the show, when he was going from being just a pianist, somebody performing behind someone else, he asked, how can I switch over to become, a vocalist, to become a singer of what have you, And the guy looked at him and said, you have to shed who you are to become who you want to be. And how many times have you heard that lame, generic phrase before, right? And go, what the hell does that mean, right? And, for him, it was being very flamboyant and having a different, look and all of that. But really, he still was himself. He still played great piano. He had a writer that wrote amazing and he sang amazing. But it was really his look that he tried to change, especially at first. And then ultimately, he wound up realizing that it took him loving himself to really become the person he really needed to be, which was to shed that old him. And so let's talk about that. On the show, I'm going to talk about Elton a little bit here, but it applies to you as well. And for him, he had a very troubled, his upbringing was okay. Wasn't the greatest, but his parents, he just didn't feel the love from them. And he kind of carried that whole mindset of no one is ever going to love me, especially when it came to his parents. And they weren't the greatest to him. I'm going to say, I felt like there was no love there for sure. And so he lived his life as if no one would love him. And so he got mistreated in relationships, and obviously his relationship with his mother and father wasn't the greatest. And the only thing he could truly hold on to was his music, right? But he also treated people poorly because he felt, well, if I'm not going to be loved, I'm not going to love others, right? And so the people around him, his friends, his family, and other, people in his life, other than, I guess, his mom and dad, he treated them poorly as well. And so he lived this life of nobody loves me, so I'm just going to do what I love to do, which is to sing and to perform. But I'm extremely unhappy. And so I want people to understand that once he got to this point where he was like, I'm done living this life where people disrespect me. I'm done living this life where I'm working for other people. I'm not really working for myself. And I'm done, and I forgive my parents for not loving me as I think I should have been loved, right? And he got sober. He started to love himself, started to take care of himself. And, obviously he's continued to make great music and people love him for that. But guess what he had to get rid of? He had to get rid of the mindset that nobody loves me. And he had to change it to, I love myself. And that changed everything for him, right? He had to get rid of the old him in the sense of his mindset of what he believed. And a lot of us are in a belief of things that we believe in ourselves that are not actually true. And we live in this lie that we tell ourselves on a daily basis. And so once you change your mindset, you can then change how you want to become or who you become in the future. And so let's make it pretty simple. Like right now, I'm not going to say everyone, but most of us are working from home or staying home. Hey, Matt, how are you? And, we're either going downstairs to go to work or we're going up. We're like my office is 2 feet away from my bed. You're just getting up, going to work, and then you maybe pick up something to eat for lunch, and then you get delivery for dinner or something like that, and you kind of just sit and watch TV all night. Right now we're Netflixing it, right? And which is not necessarily a bad thing. Keep yourself at home, right? All the things. But at the same token, what if you're like, I would love it if I was healthier during this time. I would love it if I had this at-home business that actually don't work. I would actually like to work that, right? And you would like to change something about yourselves. Well, that means for you, if for myself, I have an at-home business that I work at night. So instead of watching TV for 2 of those maybe 6 or 8 hours I watch TV at night, I work my business. That is me taking, or even for yourself, taking that, shedding who you were before in those 2 hours to do something else, to become something else, right? All right, now I'm going to take a half an hour and work out. Well, then that half an hour where you were just sitting down eat or watching TV, you're now taking another half an hour, and you're becoming someone else that works their dream and gets healthy at the same time. Now, maybe now you're going grocery shopping once a week and prepping once a week. Now you're eating from home more often instead of going out to eat. Well, that person is probably saving more money now, right? But your old self, the person that person you're shedding away, had lots of debt and was really unhappy with their appearance or their health, or the fact that they would walk up 6 feet, like flights of stairs, or maybe like 6 stairs or whatever, and be winded just by doing that, right? You're shedding who you were before, but your mindset, you're shedding your mindset. You no longer believe that you're a lazy or unhealthy person, or someone that just sits around and eats all the time or whatever. You're now a person that goes after something. And so when your belief changes, that's how you become someone else and kind of shed away who you used to be. So I love that, because I really didn't understand it. I'm like, what do people mean by shedding? I have to become a whole new person? No, you're always going to be you. Bottom line, you're always going to be you, right? But you can be a better version of yourself. And it's just about making different habits each day and striving for that. So anywho, this has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But if you want to get, I am going back to training for half marathon again. So if you want my 16-week training, for those of you that have never run a half marathon ever in your life, just message me and I will get that to you. Love you. Take care of yourself and have a wonderful evening, and shed some of the old stuff that doesn't suit you so you can become who you really want to become. I love you. Bye.